What would you say is the significance of these new investment controls by the Biden administration?
I would say that it's well expected, and I would say that it is part of the overall strategies to build up the strategic competitive relationship between the United States and China, and also within the parameters of building up the guardrails. But if you look at this data in the past, for the past year, the total direct investments from the United into China from the United States is approximately 8.2 billion, with the venture investments in China about 1.3 billion, and that's all-time low in a decade. So because of COVID, because of the downturn of the economic developments in China, and because of the intensifying U.S. China relationship, and also partially because of this new regulations that we were talking about, it has been talked about for a while.
Some have pointed out the limited scope of these restrictions. Um, and given that, do you think that this will have an impact on China's ability to develop these advanced technologies?
I would say so. I think the underlying purposes of those restrictions are to look at whether those investments in quantum computing, artificial intelligence, and advanced semiconductor industries will further enhance or facilitate the developments by the PLA and also the public sectors and the CCP. So by limiting the investments or restricting the investments into those areas, it will further weaken the Chinese developments of those key industries.
Now, the Biden administration in recent months has been moving to try to ease tensions with China, including kind of reframing its China policy as de risking rather than decoupling. Do you think that these new investment restrictions will complicate that? And how do you feel that this will um, influence U.S. China relations more broadly?
I wouldn't think that it will further deteriorate the U.S. China relationship in terms of working on in areas that both countries may be able to find ways to cooperate. For example, global warming is the one possible, the war situation in Ukraine and the Korean Peninsula issues. There are lots of things that I believe the United States and China could possibly sit down and work out a way that that can coexist and work with each other.